Morning. Uh, Welcome once again to another English session. Thank you very much for your punctuality. Today we're going to do a couple of things. One of them is that we're starting unit number 9. We're going to work in lesson 1, unit 9 in your English ID book. But before, I'm going to show you part of a clip that I shot last year. It is something about the social emotional content, something related to motivation. So I think that it's also good that you reflect a little bit about what really motivates you in life, so you can do an excellent performance in whatever you have decided to do. Well, when I'm talking about your education and your future, you see that I'm gonna focus my attention on the motivation of doing things for your own benefit. Because sometimes we feel motivated to do things just to entertain ourselves, and you can get much benefit from that just to have a good time. And the unit it's about marriage. So we're gonna be talking about relationships, and we are willing to share our points of view related to marriage and relations. And I'm gonna show you part of the clip, like I said. Just give me one sec. There we are. The first part of this clip is another video. It's a clip inside a clip about motivation. You will see that many people who stars in this clip are sport people, but you don't have to relate everything they say just to the sport area, but in the whole areas, like in academically speaking. And I focus on this, on academic performance, because this is what you really are. I mean, your role in society is as a student. So if you ask yourself what you are, what is your role in society, is that one. You're students. Um, you're teenagers, of course, you're part of the teenage population, but what you really are here, your status as a citizen is a student. And that's why I try to think of motivation in these areas. And then we're gonna try to reflect a bit on this value, I guess. I don't think that motivation is a value, but it has been included in the list of the school values. So let's watch this.
Welcome once again to English Lessons with JC. Today, many things will be thought, but the most important one is the reflection about the push that makes you move, the one that makes you do things. Yeah, we're talking about motivation. We're gonna watch a video about it, so pay attention to it. Let's begin.
You got the little voices in your head. And you know what they're saying? They're saying it's okay. You've done enough. Take a little rest. That's fine. You can take the day off. You don't need to go hard. That's what those little voices are saying. But you got another voice in your head that's asking you a question. It's asking you, what could you be? What could you be? What could you be if you worked as hard as you could? What could you be if you imposed real discipline in your life? What could you be? I say you crank up the volume on that voice. Crank up the volume on that question. Max it out. So easy to put things off. So easy to say, you're gonna do it tomorrow. Well, I want you to reprogram your brain and tell yourself that tomorrow is not a viable option. Tomorrow doesn't work. You do it today. You get it done today. That's what you do. Too tired, too hungry, too sore, too hot, too cold, too whatever. Stop rationalizing. Stop making excuses. Stop telling yourself little watered down assessments of where you're really at. Tell yourself the truth. Are you making yourself better? Or are you making yourself worse? Are you moving forward or are you moving back? Are you making progress or are you stagnating? Make the decision, yes or no. Are you going to work out today? Yes or no. Are you going to win? Yes or no. Don't allow for any gray area in there. Get rid of the debate. And you know the right decision to make. So go and make it.
Hard work works. And you know what's great about our culture, y'all? The world's lazy. It's a good thing for you and me. Everybody will talk about it. Everybody will post about it. But nobody wants to roll up their sleeves and just go get it. And so what that means for me, I don't have to be the most qualified. I don't have to be the most talented. All I got to begin to do is to apply myself. And by default, I'm going to separate myself from the crowd.
If you set out and you say you're going to do something, do yourself a favor and don't lie to yourself. Because that is the worst thing that an individual can ever do. You think you lying to your peers. You think you lying to your teacher. You think you lying to your coach. At the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, you lying to you. Because that's your life. You make your bed, you gotta lay in it.
You aren't getting any closer to your 5-year plan or your 3-year plan or your 7-year plan or any plan that you've got unless you get up and start getting after it today.
Okay, that was part of the clip. There are a couple of things that I want to remark from that, and then I will hear what you think. So one thing that I really like to remark is that it mentions certain things related to voices in your head. So we have like, you know, those pushes that tell us that we have to procrastinate, and the other ones that say that we have to work hard, very hard. So you have two decisions to make here. Do I work hard or do I just procrastinate? It is your call. I mean, so you decide which voice you're gonna listen the most. And I just wanna say, I got a feeling. This is my feeling. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think that you have improved a lot. I mean, your participation in classes has improved a lot, and it's good because that talks very good about yourselves. But I close the parenthesis. There's also something that they say that you decide if you're gonna go hard, because there's something that people like to do is lying. I mean, it says that this is the worst thing you can do in your life. Lying says that you can lie to your teachers, you can lie to your parents, to your coach, just in case that you're training or something. uh, because at the end of the day, you're not lying to others because we know better. You can lie to me. I mean, you can, but at the end, I know better that you're lying, and I know better that you're lying to yourselves. And that's why in the video is mentioned that this is the worst thing you can do. So my advice for you is try to find something that you really like, but not just you like, something that you like, and also you can get benefits from that in your life. Find out what you are good at, so you have a lot of attitudes, and identify what you're really good at it and try to exploit your strengths. And in that way, you will be an excellent asset in whatever area so you feel comfortable with. Because remember that you're not going to succeed just because if you become an engineer or a doctor. You have to be a good one, not just one another brick in the wall, like Pink Floyd said. You have to be a remarkable person, and, and the only way that you can do this is find what you are good at it and exploit it. Only that you will find motivation to do your best. So try to do your best in every single thing, but something that you really like. And this is my opinion. I don't know if you have made your decision, if you have made your mind up related to the career that you want to study. You still have 1 year ahead to think what you're gonna become. Some of you got it so clear from early ages. I have talked to some of you, and I know that you have it clear, but there's another part of you, there's another part of the students population that they're not so clear of what they really want to be in the future. And you still have time to think it over. And let me see what you think about this. Finding yourself and be highly motivated to find your goals or to pursue your goals. I don't know if my dear Diana has something to add.
Yes, I mean, no, but I can formulate something right now. Um, I am, I consider myself as a very pessimistic human being, but um, I've doubted myself a lot uh, in the past 2 years, and I still do. I still do, but sometimes what you need is not like um like what you say to yourself. You need people that encourage you and tell you and help you and support you and find things that you can try to do and learn what you really want to do in the future. You don't have to decide by yourself, you know. If you have someone who can help you deciding, it, I think it's very good, And I had one friend, I want to be a doctor, but here, um, um, there's not a lot of work to doctors. So I wanted to go abroad to study. Um, and I told my friend, and I told her, I just don't know how to do it. And she found a way that I could start like building my career, when if I wanted to participate in a university abroad. And I'm very grateful because that simple thing that she told me um, made me feel a little bit more confident of what I am going to do in the future. I still don't know. I still don't know. But you don't have to decide alone. And that's everything I had to say.
Okay, that's a lot. Thank you. And surprise to me to hear that you're some sort of pessimist, because there's a very thin line between realistic and pessimist. And for whatever matters, let me tell you that I consider you a girl with a lot of talents. I mean, you are a very talented young girl, and I see no way that you can fail in whatever you plan to do ahead. Uh, well, this is the opinion I have from you. I have met you, what, a year, 2 years now, and I really think that you're a very talented young person. And well, I think it's your own decision since you're the one who's gonna be out there. But of course, you need advice. You need advice. Talk to your father. I know that he's a doctor, so he can advise you better about your chances. And you're right. In El Salvador, there aren't good opportunities except that you have white collar. If you're close to people in the government, well, in the government in turn, because we change leaders every 5 years, you see, and it is very difficult. Being a professional in El Salvador is hard. it is very hard. I have met a lot of engineers, a lot of doctors, a lot of everything that they don't have jobs. And I know people who have never been in the university, and not just in the university. There are people who are not good at what they're doing and they have steady, well-paid jobs. And this is very unfair. Thank you, Diana, for your comments. Anybody else wants to say something about this topic? Maybe Jessica?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Jessie. Do
Uh,
you
I
have anything to add?
I completely share what Diana said, and yeah, sometimes it results so difficult to decide. For example, I have watched some videos that people advise you to try to choose the best option for you because trying to decide what career to study, it's a really complicated decision because it's about your future, and sometimes being teenagers it results so difficult, you know. But yeah, I personally have talked to my parents, and yeah, they have advised me a lot. They always tell me that I have to choose what makes me happy, and I guess I am struggling a lot to try to reach it, right? So that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. So I also consider yourself a very talented girl. I do consider that you are a very talented girl and you have possibilities to study abroad. If you can get on a scholarship, that would be better. I mean, because you know that it's not that we don't have a good educational system. Well, actually, our educational system is not the best, but we do have good universities here that they can help you to reach out excellent goals. And also, there's something that most of you and Diana and you have in common, that you master the English language very well. And that's an advantage for you guys if you want to study somewhere else. I don't know how much attention you pay to the opening ceremony in the English Fest. That's this guy, Rene Villela, who talked about the advantages of learning English once he was in Japan. He also said that most of the people from different parts of the country speak English, and the ones who couldn't, their possibilities were less. I mean, they just have less opportunities. So, and he pointed that there was some sort of sad story, not a sad story, he said at the end, but he said that there was a guy who was very talented in physics, but he couldn't get on a scholarship in Japan, or I don't remember where he said, but he's in Spain because he couldn't speak English. Obviously, you're not learning English in a school. You're not learning English in an academy. They just can give you the basis, a route to follow. Learning a language, it's up to you. I mean, you have to get exposed to the language wherever you can, whatever you can. And I think you guys, you got everything to go for it. Um, you have your parents' support as well. And the only thing that you need is to identify what you really want. And I think that at least you have an idea, and that's a good beginning. I will see you in the future. Uh, and I will say, those were my students as well. And also Diana said we're going out of Latin America, even if it's a balsa, but we're escaping. Yeah, there's no future here. I mean, no matter who is in the government, they all look for their own benefits. They all do that. So no matter what they say, what they said in their speeches that they deliver, they just care about themselves, and that's reality. Now let's move to our topic, marriage. So I want to see your opinions about marriage, but first I want you to take a look to some vocabulary, some previous vocabulary, so will help you to, or is going to lead you to understand this lesson much better. For today's class, we are using our book, English ID 2B, pages 94 and 95. Let's begin. Before to start the lesson, I want to share a previous vocabulary with you related to marriage. And this is because the unit is gonna be about marriage. We have the first word, which is actually the word itself, marriage, and is the state or condition of being husband and wife. The wedding is basically the ceremony that starts this marriage, this union. For this union, no matter what you think, you need a woman and a man. The bride is the woman, and the groom is the man who is getting married. The bridesmaids are the special friends of the bride, and they wear the same outfit during the ceremony. The best man is the special friend of the groom. The stag night, or also known as bachelor party, is a party for the groom to be shortly before his wedding with all his male friends. And we have the hang night. It's a party with the same. Isn't this a curious name, isn't it? The hang night, la noche de las gallinas. So this is the the party that all the girls had before they got married. That's a very funny name. I don't know if really hen means gallina in the context, but if you just translate it, it sounds like that. Things, but for the woman and her female friends. We have more vocabulary. We have already discussed who's the bride, who's the groom, who are the bridesmaids. The maid of honor is the main of the bridesmaids. We have already discussed who is the best man. Well, the wedding ring is the ring that you exchange during the ceremony, right? The flower girl is the girl that is in charge of the flowers to carry them during the ceremony. When the ceremony immediately start, we have some character which is very important in every wedding is the ring bearer, the person, often a young boy, who takes care of the rings until they are needed in the ceremony. The wedding cake, the wedding gown is basically the dress. The veil is a piece of transparent material that covers the bride's face at the start of the ceremony, and the bouquet is the flowers carried by the bride. So then let's move to the lesson. Give me 1 sec to share. Page 94, I said, right? 94. So your opinion about marriage. So I will share mine since I am the only one in this class who is actually married. And so I do believe in marriage. When I was a teenager and a young boy, I didn't give much of a thought of marriage. So I thought that I was going to be single my whole life because I didn't plan it. I mean, no, it was not in my plans. But eventually, when you meet the right person in the right moment, you start thinking, you start considering to get together for your whole life with that person, because at the end of your days, that person is going to be with you in good and bad days, your whole life, your entire life. So this is a very important decision, one of the most important decisions besides your career and what do you want to do for a living. Choosing a good partner is, well, it is essential. It is essential in your life. And I do believe in marriage. I think that is a sacred unit that involves love. So you have to love each other in order to get together. Don't get married for the wrong reasons. So you gotta get married because you can get along well with that person, you trust in that person, and you think that she or he is gonna be there in bad moments as well. Because when you get sick, when you got unemployed, or whatever bad circumstances go around your life, that person is gonna be there to support you see, in those difficult moments. And I think, thank God, that I finally found that person. I got married at the age of 30, so I was mature enough. She was also 30 when she married me, and we were mature enough, you see. And I think I made a good choice. So she did. So did she. Okay, so that's what I think of marriage. So now let me see what my dear Hazel Michelle has to say about it. Hazel?
Teacher, well, I think the same as you, because when you meet like the right person, you want everything with the person, like the marriage, the well, you start planning like the wedding, and I don't know. I think that you only imagine how beautiful is your entire life with that person, and I don't know. I would like to marriage with someone in the future.
Ah, good, good. When do you think, Hazel, is the right moment to settle down? What is the right age to settle down?
Well, I think that, as you say, when both are mature and have like the economic stability,
Ah, yeah,
I
that
think
is important. That is
yes.
very important. Thank you so much. So you said that money doesn't matter. It matters. Believe me, it matters. Because eventually you said, no, no, I really love him. I really love her. So, but all those fantasies in your head, they they run out. I mean, yeah, they run out. And there's other reasons why you stay with that person. You love her, you love him, but differently, you see. The love changes. It gets stronger, of course, but it changes. It's not like those illusions that you have when you are just girlfriend and boyfriend. It's not the same. And money matters. Money matters. Eventually, it becomes a problem. It does. Let me see. Hey, my dear Eileen, Janil, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good
What do
morning,
you
by the
think?
way.
Good morning. What do you think of marriage, my dear?
Um, for being honest, I always want to marry with someone. I think it's very cute. But are mm, some things in your life that obviously you have to listen to because you can marry at young age because probably um will be a mistake in the future. So you have to think a lot of it. But yeah, I think that you and Hazel said about it.
Yeah, I see. So that's a very important decision to make, and I will read what my dear Nefer says. It's not really necessary. Well, marriage is not necessary. I mean, you can be with that person without getting married. So you can move in together. That's what you mean. But it's personal. Yeah, sure. So that it depends on your scale of value. Some people see it is like a completely normal thing. Some others probably not. That moving in together and you spend the rest of your life with that person. The only problem with that is when you pass. I mean, if one of the partners dies or pass away, who's gonna heritage all the things? But that this is something very superficial. So marriage is not really essential if you want to spend the rest of your life with someone. Okay, thank you, Nefer, for your opinion. Let me see, Dara.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Dara. How are you feeling?
Right now I'm okay, but about the topic, I don't know. You know, no, it's not
Okay.
that I don't believe in marriage or that stuff. Just, I don't know. I mean, it's something that I don't think about right now. I mean, like in the future, not like right now. But if you ask me, um, I don't like, I wouldn't like to be married in the future. Maybe if you ask me later, I would say yes, but I don't know.
Yeah, I got it. So this is totally normal, my dear Dara. Feel that way. So you're too young.
Yes.
So you have what, 20? No, 15 years from now to think about that. Because I married at the age of 30. You see, when I was your age, so I didn't even think that I was gonna find the soulmate. So thank you very much. And the last opinion, a volunteer, someone who gotta say something about it.
I have to say something about this.
Okay, tell me.
I would like I love the idea of marriage for me, but I what I don't like is the belief around like surrounded marriage, because you know maybe I want to marry, but someone else like Dara said don't want to, or don't like the idea, or just want to, they are happy being with their special person and not married them. But there's a lot of social pressure uh, to that like couple, telling when are you going to get married, when are you going to get married, and or why are you living together if you aren't married. And I don't know, but you know I do think that we are born to, some people are born to be like single, some people are born to be married, or not, and no one has to tell you like, or make you feel the pressure of thinking like I'm 20, or like you said, I'm 30 years old and I haven't found my special person. What is wrong with me? Why I haven't had a relationship or things like that. And I think that's very dumb.
Yes, it
Because
is.
um, they they make the person feel so insecure about themselves, and even they maybe don't want to, but all the people around them are telling them that they have to find somebody, and they're like, is there something wrong with me? And I hate that. And I'm going to say it, that I would like to to like legalize um quality marriage,
Oh yeah.
because not only straight people have the right to be happy and celebrate their weddings. I know like religious wedding is no, or like it will never happen, but it's something special even doing it just by the papers, you know. But I think that will be very good to leave people of the LGBTQ plus community get married, and it's very like it's not fair to let other people that they don't love each other as us straights, and don't live like people, um queer people get married that they maybe love equally as us, or more than a straight relationship, and I don't like that. That's what I think.
Okay, you think a lot, my dear. You think a lot. So we can spend hours and hours talking about this issue, because you mentioned a lot of things that also I have in mind. Um, but I want to remark on with two things that you said. Don't listen to society, please. If you're gonna get married, you're gonna do it because you and the other person is so sure about what the step you're gonna take, because it's forever. Because if the marriage fail, you said, it can be easily solved by getting divorced. Remember, especially when there are children involved, when there are children in between, it's not that easy, because children suffer the consequences of separations, believe it or not, because your mother and your father are concerning about, you see, that problem, that family rattle. They focus more on that, and they don't pay close attention to what you're really feeling in that moment. So there's a problem when you got divorced or separated. Children suffer more than you. So you have to really, really be so sure to marry someone or to have children with someone, because social pressure is mean. I mean, society is cruel, and you will never, ever, ever, no matter what you do, you will never satisfy society's demands. So you perfectly said, Diana. So when you are you're single and ready to mingle, and you don't have a partner, they ask you, and your girlfriend, what about your boyfriend? When are you gonna have a partner? When you finally have a partner, they start pushing you. When is the wedding? When are you going to get married? When you finally get married, they ask you, and what about children? When are you gonna have a baby? When you finally have a baby, they ask you for another one and another one, and just only two. And when you got 5 children, they told you, why did you have too many? You see, you'll never satisfy society's demands. So don't listen to your friends. uh, don't listen to judgments. When people judge you because of your marital status, don't listen. And what you said about the LQ, A, B, C, D, C, D, plus, minus, negative society, probably you will not like my opinion, because I do not agree with that. So people got the right to be happy, and you're totally right with that. So if a ceremony really makes them happy, it's because they need society acceptance. I mean, they can live together if they want to, and live happily for the rest of their lives. They don't need those papers, like you said. They don't need a validation from the church, but they do need it, because deep inside they need the society acceptance. And in the very first place, that is wrong, because we and they don't need to be accepted by society. We don't, so we don't have to, because people will always try to bring you down. So this is like a normal condition. We live in a jungle. People really wants to bring you down, and no matter what your sexual orientation is, they will always judge you. They will always judge you. And that's why I totally do not agree with that. And it's not because I am narrow-minded, because I'm not, or I'm a religious fanatic, because I'm not, definitely not. But I have my own POV about this community. And like us, they have issues. we have issues, and this is what I think about it. And thank you, because your opinion is it's so important. Let me see the chat. Let's see, people is crazy. Yeah, the humor. Uh, so the straight people, we can fight straight. Okay. So you see, this is what you think, and I do respect what you think, my friends. Anybody else wants to say something else so we can? Lol. Anybody else? No? No opinions? No. So I like to make you talk, because you have excellent points of view, my friends. Let me see someone who's been quiet here. Sara Daniela Martinez, you there?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Sarah. Sarita, tell me your opinion about marriage. You want to get married in the future? You don't want to? You don't believe? So what do you think?
I do not believe in marriage because I think that it should be equal to everyone and not like only for straight people, because we have to recognize the minorities. So even if it's, I don't know how to say it. I think that marriage could not be only for religious people. And so I don't know how to say it. I have the idea in Spanish, but not in English.
Okay, but at least we have the gist of what you're saying. So you want equal marriage for everyone?
Yes, but not only in the church, like, I don't know how to say it in English. Matrimonio civil.
Yeah, that's civil marriage.
Yeah, that's
okay. Thank you. So just to add something to the religious marriage. So not only religious people get married. So every time that I see some of my friends getting married in the church, and I got surprised because they have never stepped at church before. I mean, they do it just for the pictures. People get married because it's an important social event, like your 15 or your graduation or something. It's like another social event. So let's move here. Let me see what time it is. We have only 8 minutes. All right, but it's okay because you talk and you express yourself about this important thing. One day you will think more seriously about this. Right now, just consider it for something in the future. But I think that your career must be put in the first place of your priorities. All right, so we have some vocabulary here: propose, honeymoon, ceremony, gift, reception, and blah, blah, blah. You're gonna match those words to the pictures here, and then you will listen to a wedding planner talking with the bride. Yeah, I think it's the bride. And you have to order those items from the to-do list from 1 to 10 in the order you hear them. Listen, please.
Audio 9.1.
So, my boyfriend Johnny proposed last week. It was so romantic.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. And you've come to the right place. As a wedding planner, I can help you with everything, from your engagement party to planning your honeymoon. I can find a place for the ceremony, send invitations, though you'll have to make your own guest list of who you want to invite. Choose the menu for the reception, find the perfect clothes for the bride and groom, and choose the outfits for the bridesmaids, as well as order the flowers that you choose. No stress. Let's see. The gift registry is your responsibility, but I can make recommendations. Just tell me how much you want to spend, and I will make this your perfect day.
Okay, that sounds great.
Audio 9.1.
So, my boyfriend Johnny proposed last week. It was so romantic.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. And you've come to the right place. As a wedding planner, I can help you with everything, from your engagement party to planning your honeymoon. I can find a place for the ceremony, send invitations, though you'll have to make your own guest list of who you want to invite. Choose the menu for the reception, find the perfect clothes for the bride and groom, and choose the outfits for the bridesmaids, as well as order the flowers that you choose. No stress. Let's see. The gift registry is your responsibility, but I can make recommendations. Just tell me how much you want to spend, and I will make this your perfect day.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, for the time, I'm going to show you the answers. The ceremony, the bride, the groom, and the bridesmaids can be found in picture A. The gift in picture B. Propose, picture C. Honeymoon, D. Reception and flowers in picture E. So, but we have flowers all over the page. We have flowers here, we have flowers here, but not here. And the order of the to-do list is propose is number 1, plan the honeymoon is 2, number 3, find a place, 4 is invitations, 5 is the guest list, 6 the menu for the reception, 7 clothes for brides and groom, 8 choose the outfits for bridesmaids, 9 choose the flower, and number 10 is the gift registry. So we're gonna leave the lesson until here, and we will continue next week.